wistful hymn for the youngest priestess and the beauty of the mountain pines. The author is unknown.
I see you have to persevere through your skin being void, apparently.
Well,
Real nigga hours.
so let's see. So the people that were doing the reading last time were Nova and so besides everyone reading the path about the locksmith's dream and the paths into the wood, which you all got that secret and did your level ups with that. Kane and Laria then also read about 108, which deals with the hooded princes which escaped from the fifth history into this one. They run a library. People thought it was in India. It's not. It's further east, probably. Who knows?
In America.
I mean,
Well, it's
that
not
is
so much
east.
that it isn't in.
No,
It's not so
it's
much
further east than people thought, because it's like north of Victory was the fucking
Yeah.
phrase.
It's not exactly that we know that it's not in India. It's more so that we couldn't find it in India,
Yeah,
or the authors of it couldn't find it in
yeah.
India.
The author could not find it there, and also Alex and Welshire read about the Church of the Unconquered Sun, as mentioned in the Gospel of Nicodemus. From this reading, all of you also get an extra secret, which I will hand out now. Alexander Welshire gets some knowledge about the Sacrosolus Invicti. Kane and Laria get a Mason's secret. And Seth gets a Thunderous secret.
Thunderous?
Ooh, whoa, thunders.
Thunderous, yeah.
Thunderous secret, yeah. These are still level 1 secrets. You can assign them however you want. Just, remember that, oh wait, shit, I never said what these can be assigned to. One sec.
Yeah, you never sent that. I was about to
Yeah,
say.
I need to, okay, I need to...
What can I assign bread to?
Bread
that
cannot
is,
be assigned.
That is not
a
a secret.
Who the fuck drew Seth killing is bad at Miss Moreland? What the fuck?
Oh, sorry,
I
they
did.
faced that. Get rid of that real quick.
Illumination and Horrid Magus
I
3
fucking-
Thunderous secret.
Why?
Yeah.
Who the fuck uses 2 brushstrokes to make an S?
Cappy.
I'm gonna skin him alive.
I see you're already applying the knowledge you gleaned from your whatchamacallit.
Yeah, and he also knows that he is probably going to regret this, just like Apollo did. It's a miracle.
God, loading London takes so long right now. Also, you guys might want to change over to London.
Can't say that nigga doesn't have it.
You will notice that London is much larger now. Yes. This is the entirety of London, circa 19.
Okay, yeah, so you can assign the secrets now. I've added all of their, I've added which wars they're applicable to.
I love lore. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, there is also, some extra little knowledge in the descriptions.
Hang on, wait. They can't assign it in the ones that you already gave them. We have to delete that and
Oh,
give it to them
shit. Okay.
because they're different instances.
Yeah, that's fair.
I regave it to Kane Starling, and I'll re-give it to Cappy as well. You do the other ones.
Yeah. And then that's Thunderous. Great, delete that. Here you go. And Cypher of Solus. There you go. Now you can assign them.
There you go. So whoever wants to, so yeah, you guys decide which ones you want to assign and tell us which principle you're increasing.
All right, let me see. Did you post this anywhere or?
It's on your character sheet.
It's on your character sheet. Like you've got an extra secret you can assign,
Oh, Poland Versailles. Okay, I
and
see
then
it.
increase whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
well,
yeah,
I don't know.
in-
I don't know which one you said. The Principle of Thunderskin or whatever the fuck. No,
The Thunderous Secret. It's
The
you have an
Thunderous
extra secret in your knowledges, like in
Secrets
your
tab.
Wisdoms,
You
you
click on
mean?
the secret and then you choose
Oh, okay.
from the drop.
Yeah.
You click on the secret and then you choose from the drop down which one to slot it into.
Yeah. Just remember that because these are all level 1 secrets, they don't stack with each other. So you can't just stack preservation. Yeah.
I can't stack preservation,
No,
unfortunately.
because you
need a
have two
number
level 1
2 or
secrets.
higher in order to.
Oh, okay. So I have to put this one something not preservation. Okay.
Yeah, because you already have something in level 1 preservation.
It's
The map
worm
of-
time.
Yeah,
Wait.
the map
Time to
of
worm it up.
principles.
Why do we
Map
click
of
Thunderous
principles.
Secrets and see Heart 2?
Oh, it's gone because the
Because it
secret has 2 hearts.
aspect on it.
Oh, okay. So
You
it has
can
a
invoke
minimum
the secret
requirement.
in action.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
Like
invoke
the moth,
secret
you'll
in
notice that the moth's wing has 1 moth.
What does said
Yeah.
actually do? Is that like a requirement or what?
No, that's just like if you use a secret. If you use a secret as like a tool for something, if it happens to be applicable for whatever reason,
Yeah.
you would also get that as a bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're making a heart action and you say, I invoke the thunderous secret, you'll get +2.
Maybe if you know
If it's applicable.
if it's
But
like if you can justify it.
Problem is, I have no fucking clue what the Thunderous thing is because it doesn't give an app description.
It gives you all of the description that you get.
This is the description that the game that we took that secret from gives you. Scraping around in the dark is
Scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel, apparently.
scraping around in the dark is very much the identity of this setting.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that though, Jonathan and Harthu did not read anything in that second week of reading, so what were you two up to? Obviously Soft's not here to answer.
Yeah. What were you up to, Ghost?
Well, you read the first book, and then, in the second week, when everyone else was reading their other books, you said you weren't reading anything, so, what did you do?
Second book? We had second book?
You read the first book, The Locksmith's Dream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we
everyone read
did.
it as a group.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, you still have a week to burn.
Ghost, you really suck at roleplaying.
What did you do?
Real. Well,
Can't-
while you figure that out,
Can't even think up on the spot.
yeah. while he figures out what he was doing, what are you doing now that you have all of this extra knowledge?
Also, the shit that you guys assigned, what principles are you increasing?
Oh, I increased tertiary.
Well, and then yeah, but you also get to improve the principle with that.
Which principle associated with Hushery will you increase? You can see it in resources, it's pinned. Just so for Hushery, you can increase your heart, moon, rose, or winter.
I could increase hard
What
one
does
more
this
time and
mean?
get it to
One
6.
sky, 2 lantern.
That is the
We
bonuses that
just
it
went over
gives.
that.
Mine
If you
Why-
happen
are
to
you-
use it.
I
Are
see.
you telling us that? Are you saying that you're heart maxing, Sin?
I am heart maxing though. I will never take an injury.
All right, you have 4 heart now and 6 max health.
No
You are
one will.
very healthy.
I will become even healthier.
This
Someone
man
gives
has
you
discovered
earthbound depression.
HGH and also insulin.
This man has discovered earthbound depression. Die by dread.
Wait, hold on. What prevents dread? I need to be the peak of
Having higher passion.
God damn
Grail
it.
Rose Winter Moth.
Damn it. Apparently I fall very easily to dread, but also I can survive if fucking Eldritch Abomination hits me a couple of times. Truly a
Yeah, you're a
dichotomy.
healthy boy.
I will be mentally broken before my body is broken.
You have a strong body and average mind and a weak soul. All right. Minty, what
Hi.
principle do you want?
Illumination.
So yeah, but like which principle are you increasing with that? You get
Lantern.
okay. He has lantern
Good answer.
maxing.
We're all
4
maxing
lantern.
one.
Yeah, 4 lantern.
7 max reason. He is so
I am
reasonable.
so reasonable.
You are
I am
able
the
to
most
rationalize
reasonable.
so hard.
Like he is very reasonable. He will never fall to dread. Meanwhile, you hit him once, he folds like a
No.
fucking paper tiger.
Fascination, no. He can rationalize everything. He's not but like getting out of bed in the morning, that's a more difficult task.
You know, a schizophrenic being really, really resistant to fascination is kind of appropriate given what it means. Like, yeah, everything fits in his worldview because his worldview is just stupid.
I fully believe.
All right, Nova.
Yeah.
What principle are you increasing with your skoloscopy? Skoloscopy is a nectar, edge, scale, moon, or winter.
Wait, moon?
Yeah.
All right, 2 moon.
Wait, no, no.
He did say moon, yes.
Uh, the being between mood and scale.
You
All
are
right.
not scale, my brother in Christ. You
I
are
mean,
definitely
he
not.
can
He's
become
becoming
scale.
scale.
I can become scale.
He has read a book, and the book is telling him about things.
It's
Scale.
worm time, brother. I wish to chew the bug.
Like
He
specifically
doesn't
chew.
know.
Yeah, I don't want to eat them. I'm just going to suckle
So
on
yeah,
them.
you're going up to 1 scale.
Can we shoot him?
You're saying you want 1 scale?
Yeah, I think scale.
Alright,
Nope.
you can now survive a slightly stiff breeze.
Let's go!
You will not become like anemic from sneezing.
Pretty sure.
I can finally start eating bugs.
How is that scale and not heart?
Well, it's not hard. It's just health.
Ah.
He had 1 health.
Yes, now I have 2.
All right, peril tracker. No, I'd say that any perils that are on characters right now can be resolved after the end of this session. All right, so you guys are done with all your downtime. Presumably, you're meeting up together, right? You've got all
I
this
can hear you because of
information.
Dan.
Lower Dan. Lower Dan. He's paying the price for opening his door.
All right, I lowered Dan
I
and
lowered my
increased
blinds
you
and
to
everything.
200.
That's not closing. That's not closing your door, Dan.
No, but it does make it less loud.
Dan
need to
closes the
embrace
door,
hushery,
it gets
Dan.
louder.
Dan has embraced hushery. This is a wintry secret. Never mind, he did not embrace hushery.
Dude, you can't call it a
Vacking
wintry
all over.
secret.
Dan is vacking all over the place.
Dude, you can't call this a wintry secret. Whenever I hear that, I think of wintry pantry, like fucking I don't know, like pickled fucking
right.
everything.
You're right. I can't call it a wintry secret because really
Because it's not the
it's
secret.
a hushery
Simple
secret.
as you are already listening.
So yeah, you guys are together. You know that the University of London's library still exists, but it's been 2 weeks, so it's probably been more thoroughly policed. You've gotten a lot of new knowledge, including you got the knowledge of how to enter the dream again, specifically the wood. So what would you like to do?
I'd like to go and actually to the library first before we go to the dream.
Okay.
I think we
this
can
is already
still
in-
sneak something past the police because if you remember correctly, 3 sections ago, I went to get that empty book cover with nothing in it.
Right, you did.
Yeah.
Those-
What were you gonna do with that again?
Swap. Hot swap, bro.
He was gonna steal books from the bookseller or the library.
True.
This is an idea. I remember what he's talking about. This is an idea.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
This-
So, um, are you guys
I am
like having a
planning to go to the
rendezvous talking
library.
amongst each other? Like
Oh,
deliberating
yes,
amongst each other what would be
ideally.
like your
I
party's
mean,
next move to be.
hmm.
We've got one vote
Kane,
on what to do.
Kane, how interested are you in going library plundering?
Not very. I'm not really allowed back on campus, from my knowledge.
Oh,
That is something you guys
you could
have to
still
work around.
you could be used as a good distraction, I assume. You could try and enter the library at another point and get kicked out while we try and, you know, snatch action.
Well, the fact is that if I'm back at the library, it's very clear what I'm going back for.
Is there anything you need from the library for me to get at least?
Not currently. Any new books that I don't know of, but I'm really down to read anything. I want to expand my knowledge. The more
All
secrets I
right.
know, the better I am.
So,
Understood.
on an unrelated note, how many of you have been reading? Like, you weren't just like doing nothing but reading. How many of you have been reading the newspaper in the past couple of weeks?
I
Sure.
check it like I check it for like I'd say I check it semi frequently for some long term investments I
Okay.
have, like the
Yeah.
Financial Times. Excuse you, my racketeering business is
Look, man,
profitable.
he has money laundering to do.
Exactly. How do you think a thief, like even the IRS, even in the 1930s, is still an enemy? The British version of it. Sorry, instead of the IRS, it's Her Royal Majesty's IRS. Happy?
Dan is typing.
It scares me. Maybe.
People do that on occasion, yeah. He looked at the time and was like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna say I'm going to sleep." And then he set himself to offline on everything.
This is actually very possible with Cappy.
Gave myself a splinter. Playing with the chopstick. I'm forcing a chopstick through a small washer, so it's like splintering.
So yeah, just go for it, Dan. No, he's typing. Technical difficulties, please hold.
Dan rides me with scale. Now I can take one small pebble.
He could lift a pebble without dying. Great success.
Just go for whatever you're thinking of, Dan. You don't have to explain shit to me. Let's keep this ball rolling. It's 8:26.
You have to explain shit to me though.
Oh, he can't speak right now. Shit. Do you want me to just say what you're thinking of, Dan?
He can't speak. His grandmother will wake
Um,
up and slap him.
But yeah, police attention's probably down for you guys. They probably stopped writing about your heist in the news. So you're probably not going to be arrested on the street just for showing your face.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, in the thing, they didn't even know how we looked like, so how would the police know, regardless? They'd be on the lookout, sure, but they wouldn't be on the lookout specifically for us.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that who was it who got a fucking I think it was wasn't it like two of you who actually got seen by someone who didn't die in the fire?
Me, the person who chased after me got fucking killed and stomped to death.
He
Oh, okay.
wasn't stomped to death, but he, definitely got a concussion. Also, that was a dude, that was a different dude. But yeah,
There's
so
one person who saw my back only, and that's it, I think.
so the based on reading the newspaper, what you know is that they know that there was at least three assailants.
Mhm.
They have descriptions of all three of them. The
How
only
accurate description?
the only good description is that of Ilaria, who they saw by firelight setting the fire in their dormitory.
Oh,
Nice.
However, they do definitely have the remaining monks definitely gave a description of both you and Alexander Welcher, even if they didn't get a particularly great look at your face during it. Like,
I'm
you
pretty
were
sure.
against
Yeah.
the
Not
moonlit
not
backdrop. They
anything.
kind of mostly got a silhouette, but they have your height, shape, skin color, etc.
Not anything that'll get you dragged that'll get people like peering at you and calling the police. But like If there's a reason for the police to be staring at you, they might notice. They might start to suspect.
Yeah, like if you get
know?
if you get caught by the cops, they might be able to draw the connection. They might not. It depends. You're not. Nobody has particularly high expectations of the cops, so
Including the
what?
cops.
Wait, hold
including
on.
the cops.
I'd like to put wooden blocks in my boots. Change my height
You know what?
around.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure.
That's fair.
I'd like to change my
I'll take
height
that,
around.
yeah. It'll probably be very uncomfortable that you are allowed to put wooden blocks in your shoes to make you appear as a
You're not
different
gonna be
height.
able to like sprint with them, but
Yeah.
It
Listen,
will
it's better
definitely
to.
make it so that you don't. So that it'll definitely make it so that people won't exactly draw the connection from looking at you.
Yeah. I'd like to. So does. I'd like to ask Jonathan if he'd like to go to the library. Mr. Jonathan, you there?
Nova doesn't want to go to the library just
He can't.
because
He's banned.
being seen.
he is. He is kind of banned from the grounds after being expelled. Although banned is a strong word, probably, but
Yeah.
definitely
Not
not.
banned.
Definitely not popular, especially from whoever manages the collection you're trying to steal from.
All right. Awesome.
Professor Bellin
Now
would also be
the real
there.
question is the homeless person going?
Which
Listen-
homeless person?
Okay,
The
I'm
one
pretty
that's
sure
here.
that he.
You need to clarify.
The one that's here.
The only one that's here.
I'm
Okay,
also
no-
technically homeless.
Nova, I need you to. Okay. I need you to do an important task for us when we can't take you here, just because I have a feeling this will go badly if people spot you. But I do have a, let's call it a better idea. How about you instead go and I give him the book with the curse thing, try and get some money and remove the curse from this fucking thing. We know exactly who can remove the curse. Yes.
No.
No.
Do you actually remember who it was?
Yes. It was not the kitchen lady, but the. I'm pretty sure it was. Oh my god, the sister.
She talked to you about it, yes, and she helped
Yes,
you seal
so-
the book.
Yeah, she helped to seal the book, and we can get it removed at. Is it Miss Marlin? No, not with Miss Marlin. With. Oh my fucking god. I can't remember. I swear to god, it was like a couple of seconds ago in my head. Fuck. It was another female character. I can't remember the name. It's not Miss. Okay, name me female characters real quick. Ghost, Nova, anyone?
I don't know who could help us with this book.
Queen Victoria.
We can't hear you. Okay, you can't name
Victoria?
Queen Victoria. She's fucking dead.
He is very dead. Not that
Yeah.
this has stopped
far
many
as-
people, but
You can leave it at her grave.
Uh,
I almost joke from the future, and I am not allowed to do that. You know exactly what joke I was gonna make.
yeah.
Can't just say
Uh,
Queen Victoria is alive in the
They
fucking.
do not exist, but they could.
I swear to God, you guys are fucking useless when it comes to.
But yeah.
Oh, listen,
So
whatever.
because this is technically also something that happened last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
To summarize, you got 3 books. 2 of them were fucking useless, like literally Sherlock Holmes and Glee.
Yeah.
One of them was a very rare book compared to everything else you have. However, it was corrupted. It had keeper skin.
Yeah.
Frau Celia identified this, and as did everyone else that handled the book in the Society of St. Hydra, and at the request of the members of the society, she wrapped it up so that you don't go around infecting their library.
Yeah, their books.
However, it is not cured, and Frau Celia does not have the resources or the knowledge, especially with just, random ass kitchen spices, to deal with keeper skin. You would
Yeah.
have to go to some sort of specialist. Yeah.
Oh, dude, nice. You got a second person doing that?
But yeah,
This did not come to me in my dream. I fully fucking remember her telling us something
she
about the
mentioned that
specialist.
she mentioned that you would that like you're not gonna find anyone like this in town. You would probably need to find like someone that works with somebody that like works with the very rare books.
Well, no, but this is your job. Best of luck.
Sure,
Best of
look,
luck,
I
King.
don't care about your book.
I mean,
King,
it's
do you
cursed and
not-
it's rare.
Hold on, do you not seek knowledge? Isn't that your entire shtick?
You'd be very rude about it. But I have an idea. Yeah, I really don't want to touch said book.
It
It's
is safe
sealed,
to
you
touch
don't
right
need
now.
to.
It's like wrapped in multiple layers of cloth and smells of a kitchen rack.
Yeah.
Alright. I have 2 people that I could potentially go to that might be able to provide us with information. I'm gonna go to Miss Moreland's.
While he's going to search and explore for a person who could deal with this, we're going to go to the library, also known as the Bumbling Trio. Well, not so bumbling. Wait, hold on. We are literally Tinker Tailor Soldier. Yeah, we're literally the classic children rhyme. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Right now, the group of 4. You're the soldier.
The
Minty's
leper went to.
Before you say that the 3 of you are going to the library, Minty, did you actually confirm that you're going with them to the library?
Sure.
Is that something that you're doing?
Yes, I'm going
Okay.
to the library.
Okay, you are also stealing from the library. That's going to be fun.
This will work out just fine.
Because one of you isn't Nova, do you want to spec?
Okay, you're cutting out, Bod.
Yeah.
What did you say?
With the party.
Are you splitting the party, or do you just want to spectate?
I'll spectate.
Yeah. Oh.
Они могут отслеживать дрон через встроенный GPS, как аккумулятор не стопнет. Осталось работать еще 2 часа.
Rip.
Если они
Rip.
найдут
There we go.
нового дрона, в микронесе
I'm back.
потеряется ценные съемки. И она может закончиться так и не начавшись. Довольно большие деревья. Не знаю, настолько.
Alright, so you guys are doing over to the library. as you can see where it is on London. Just as a question, what time of day are you going to the library?
I'd say during like busy
Are you saying?
hours.
Are you thinking? Okay, so like after morning on like Friday or something.
Yeah.
Wait. So whoop-de-doop-de-doo, you go over to the University of London Senate House, which is where the library is. Whatchamacallit? Nova was kind enough to actually tell you where it is, right, Nova?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Um,
about before. But
so you go in. Noticeably, you walk in the doors and there is no library.
My favorite.
library, no
Like,
library
there,
inside. Boom.
you walk into the University of London Senate House and the library is not there. I'm going to save you guys the hassle and tell you that the library is not on the first floor. It's on like the fifth floor.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go up
The
some stairs.
library's on the 4th through 7th floors. The first floor is
Yes,
just the
so
reception.
Oh, actually, Dan, do you have to actually check in to go to the library,
I
or do they just let
imagine.
anyone walk up there?
I imagine that actually. Let me check how it actually operates. I. Yeah. So the Senate House Library is it is open to members and University of London staff and students all have free membership. You can just sign up for a membership as a as a non-student. It's not like expensive. You might have some trouble with your merry band. I'm sure that Jonathan would have no problem getting a membership, though. Right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Seth can afford to, right?
I don't. The money is not the problem.
I mean, he doesn't look like a criminal.
Yeah,
He's got the
exactly.
blocks in his shoes.
Who the hell would? Who kind of criminal
that.
would dress like a criminal? To be
I don't
fair,
know, dude. Go out.
It's not so much that you
Walk
look
into
like you're a
Patterson.
criminal. The problem is that you look like you are poor, which makes them assume that you're a criminal.
oh, he's a black man in London. Of course, he has money, otherwise he'd be killed.
It's very big. It's rather
Pretty racist.
xenophobic. That's rather xenophobic.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that the English would kill you. More so, the gypsies would. They're vicious little creatures.
Gypsies exist outside of Serbia.
Gypsies exist everywhere. It's like not trusting a European about opinions on gypsies. You should. We know them the best.
I mean,
So yeah.
British gypsies are a very different kind of gypsy.
Okay, Irish gypsies are a different kind. They're travelers. They're not gypsies. That's why we separate them into.
Did they evolve in a different ecosystem?
Have you
Yes,
seen their
actually.
fucking skulls?
Okay, Measurehead, calm down.
Listen, the difference between them is travelers will perform a show and then take your money. Meanwhile, gypsies will just like I walk up to your car, offer you shitty car wash with piss water to wipe your windshield for like $5. If you don't pay me, my children will throw stones at your car.
What's a car?
I throw bullets at your
What do you
children.
mean, what's a car? It's 1930. It's not fucking Middle Ages.
You're speaking to the
I have
schizophrenic.
never seen a car in my life.
Well, yeah, he's Welsh. I'm pretty sure they still ride sheep over there.
And in London?
Quite possible. Honestly, you never know with the Welsh. I'm pretty sure they do. Came in like fucking
See.
Jesus into Bethlehem.
See ya.
Phenotypes, excuse you very much. Get it right.
So yeah, our resident, respectable veteran is perfectly fine and able to get a membership.
Can he guarantee? Can he be our guarantor or no? Guarantor.
That's a good question. Can he, Dan?
I mean, I don't think they would have a particularly like they might have, in the case of Seth, they'd probably be a little bit surprised.
Yeah, the real issue is
The real issue is the real problem is the actual homeless man.
So, what are you guys gonna do about that?
Hey, maybe he can cause a distraction instead. While me and you go and do this.
Do you like?
We can literally tell him they're a Protestant down the street, and he will chase them. We
I
can
don't
even
think that
say,
would distract the people in the library.
listen to me, you're just not thinking of the idea like this. I tell him the library is a Protestant library full of heretical teachings. He goes and causes a bunch of shit while we go and grab and snatch and leave. He ends up arrested or scot-free. This has no negative downsides whatsoever. We get rid of a Welsh person. We're not looking for any specific book, Ghost.
You're not going to be able to convince me that easily.
So let's start with the basics. Minty, are you even trying to get a membership to the library?
Why would I want to be inside this library?
Well, to take
Do you
the
not
books,
want to
but,
go?
like,
I have my books. Are the books heretical? Then why would I want them?
I fully. Why did you
Yes,
come?
failed
You know
the
what?
easiest flowchart known to man.
Jonathan Washer turns around and walks out the door.
It was such an easy
I swear to God, I fully believe you were the. How? How it was a simple yes or no check. This is like 100% success rate, and you still somehow fail. Probably gonna throw your brain cells equivalently.
Okay, I'm probably leaving then.
Okay, so
I'm out.
now. Okay, can those two now go and search for the cure for the book? Oh, meanwhile, me and him do this.
Well, I mean, I
Listen,
asked if they
listen,
wanted
Alex.
to split the party,
Listen,
but they
Alexander
decided to side
Wilshire said
That's what it
there's a very good chance that there is a book related to Catholicism that's been cursed. It is in your duty as a holy man, correct, to help treat the Lord's word that is currently in the form of this book well and remove it of its affliction, of its heretical disease, some may say.
How did they put Anglicanism into the Catholic book?
They cursed it, obviously, with warts. What else? Such is the form of Anglicanism, is not? As such an affliction.
I don't understand.
I put too much faith in his retarded logic.
You're not thinking on the same wavelengths as the schizophrenic.
Okay,
Books about God in the sky in the library.
listen, Alexander, Just go find Kane Sterling and do whatever the fuck you want. Is that easier for you?
Sure.
There. Problem solved.
All right.
Me and
Okay,
Jonathan
the two
enter
of
the
you that
library.
like to spectate, or do you want your own adventure now?
I'm fine.
Of
I'm fine with
how the fuck do we uncurse this book? Minty?
Do I need an adventure?
I mean, it's
don't know,
less
do you?
like, do you want one, or do you just want to watch how they fuck up stealing a book from a library?
I mean, I can help steal a book, but like, I'm not convinced yet that I need to steal it.
You just said that you walked out.
Well, like,
You just said that you left.
um, yeah.
Yeah, you
All
can
right.
turn me around.
He does not have the mental capacity to think for other people, let alone for himself. All right, Mister. Listen, the homeless man will only be a distraction. Better let him send off unless he wants to join himself. There is no point. I have given up on the homeless man. His retarded logic does not reach me.
This man is truly
You
thinking like an
simply do not
Edwardian.
understand the way of the Lord.
This man is thinking like an Edwardian era Londoner. God bless him.
I don't. Okay, I stop upon this appeal by Jonathan. I grab Alexander Welsherson by the shoulder and tell him they may have books on Catholicism in there. Are you interested?
Tell me more.
Like, listen, they have the Apocrypha in there.
What are they doing with it?
They're a library. What else could they be doing? Fucking pissing on it?
So they're pissing on the Apocrypha?
You know what? Just think of it like this. There's Apocrypha in that building. If you go into a building, you may possibly get Apocrypha. You happy? You interested? I don't know. It worked half the time. Alexander, well, you there? You having another vision by the
He's
Lord?
thinking. It's real hard work.
The fucking gears are turning. You can hear him fucking. You see plumes of
Look,
smoke
man,
coming
when
out
you
of
have
his
this
ears.
much
Thinking,
mass,
or are
when you
you-
have this much mass in your reason, it takes a lot of inertia to get it moving.
He's really good at rationalizing, but like not like this.
Okay, so what is inside of this building, like, out of character? What do I see?
So far you have seen the first floor and the outside. The first floor is some sort of reception area. They have they're like, there is a desk that and actually there's multiple desks with clerks and like fucking receptionists and shit that are some of them are just associated with the uh like university in general, like just like registration, student affairs, that sort of thing. One of them is just for membership to the library, so you can get a card that you can present.
Okay. I walk
Um,
up to this desk. I simply walk up to this desk. Who is behind it?
A
woman.
receptionist who is looking at you extremely nervously.
He or she?
at this
I don't know,
point in
Dan, which
London,
one?
likely she.
Sister, one of my flock tells me that you have been pissing in the Apocrypha.
I beg your pardon.
I demand immediate entry.
She does
The
not
Lord's
know
will
how to
must be
react
done.
to this. She is looking to
fucking
the side worriedly.
She is fucking stunned. Ask her again in a more fucking confident tone, and she might give it to you. Listen to me, Alexander Wilson. Push this issue. The Lord commands it.
Sister, it is imperative that I enter this temple at once and liberate the religious texts.
Let me just ask Dan one thing real quick.
Can he actually? Can we please roll? Can she roll scale to see if she's
There.
intimidated by this?
Why would
Fighter's
she?
right.
There's something deep
Dan,
primordial within her.
Dan and DMs.
Telling her no.
I have already been looking into it.
Okay, good.
Uh,
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
yeah.
Apocrypha. Pissing
Yeah.
competition.
Are you rolling anything with this? Like when you're saying shit, are you like? Are you like trying to like? Are you just saying that? Are you trying to intimidate her? Or are you just like trying to convince her? Like, what's up?
No, I genuinely believe.
Well, yeah, but like, are you trying to convince her of this, or do you just assume that she understands the importance of what you're saying?
The good
I
question.
will roll to assume hard enough.
Sure, what are you rolling?
I will be rolling lantern.
She will just assume hard enough.
Okay, why?
He assumes they're pissing on the Apocrypha, so it is utmost mission to go with.
Because
Like,
I am simply guided by the unseen light within me.
You get
This is
advantage.
a holy matter. I feel
How many levels
you
of
are-
disadvantage?
yeah, well, yeah.
I feel
How
I
many
feel the
levels?
flame kindled within me. I am fully expecting to fail this, but this is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like-
Dan, how many levels of disadvantage? Yeah. Two. Three.
I'm gonna say that I am going to actually say that, and let me put this in the end why I'm saying this.
I guess fine. All right. Go with you.
You
Go
mean
with your
I
ruling,
guess?
Dan.
Fine.
Yeah.
So negative 3d6, right?
No. 2D. Or you don't have anything buffing it, so it's 2d6. No advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
She is afraid.
Congratulations, Minty. You have successfully assumed that she knows what you're talking about. Meanwhile, the receptionist is staring at you, very visibly afraid. She's kind of like in a weird pose, like leaning over. Her like leaning over, like her arm is below the desk, moving very rhythmically and worriedly. Yeah, it looks like she's trying to grab something.
A gun.
She's grabbing pepper spray. Bear mace.
Would you guys like to do anything, or
This- I am standing very upright. I will have you know. I am so confident right now.
Oh my god, it's the leper.
He just spreads his arm like, come at me.
Is there anything
Sister,
else
be
you'd
not
like to do?
afraid. I am here to do the Lord's work.
All right.
It's literally just like a Warcraft troll straightening out.
Oh my god. Hold on, I have a
God, that's hideous. So yeah, so she's been doing that for a while, and
Yeah,
finally
she's.
there seems
I
to be
mean,
some
not
response.
particularly for one. Like she stopped eventually. Whatever she was trying to get under the desks, she didn't find. But
Meanwhile,
yeah,
a very a police officer is thundering down the staircase and into the reception area. Very, very, very much in a rush. Very much like, oh shit, alert. And when he gets to the reception and looks at what's happening, she just sort of deflates, and he's starts walking.
You cut out there.
Like, just walks up to you and
Oh
starts
my god,
pointing
it's cutting out.
specifically Minty, and he's like, "All right, move along, sir. Move along. This isn't shelter."
You cut out yet again. All I got was move along.
And this isn't a shelter.
Brother, I am here to do the Lord's work.
He is having none of it.
Would you raise your hand against a humble servant of the Lord?
He already has and is pushing you out of the door,
Excuse
or
me,
at least
sir.
attempting to.
May I offer a small donation for allowing me to, let's say, take control of our little friend? He just simply wants to look at some religious text. I'm very sorry for the esotericism by my dear friend here, but
Would you like to roll anything?
he has taken the principle of poverty, you see. A vow of poverty, however you want to call it. I'd
Would you like to roll anything?
You know what? I'm trying to get this dumb motherfucker in. I'm rolling knock. The reasoning behind knock is I am trying to break. Sorry, I do not want this motherfucker isolated from us. God knows what problems he will cause on his own. I want to let him into the building. The books will not be isolated from his presence.
What do you think on that reasoning, Dan?
He's not here.
Zarn. Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to get him in. This is why I'm using.
Could you pick a number between 1 and 2 real quick?
2, I guess.
1.7.
You get disadvantage.
Fuck.
You get 1
God.
rank of disadvantage.
So that's what, 2d2?
1d6.
1d2.
Oh, 1d6. 1d6. Please roll well. Fuck it, that's a 7.
So yeah. The police officer, who's rather annoyed at you trying to talk to him while he's currently escorting the homeless man out of the building, barks back at you to get out of the way.
All right,
as he continues to push Alexander out.
Can you talk about why do you have baby Jesus, like a malformed child Jesus?
Don't worry about it.
He is Dr. House, but just don't. I do not dare question his magnificence at this point.
How
Yes.
is he House?
He hasn't done anything.
Literally how? Literally how? I'm puzzled. How do you associate his character with Doctor House? How is his character? Did you try medicine? Only idiots try the medicine pill. He doesn't look like that.
Sleep
He has an image on his character.
Honestly, I should. Now that you're talking about it, I should have made 1930s England House.
So, yeah,
Um,
Nifty,
so
you're currently being pushed out of the door. What will you do?
I would like to. I would like to sway this officer, and I do so.
Okay.
Brother,
He
when was your last confession? For I
Brother,
think it is
it's
time for you to confess. I know sins weigh heavily upon your heart.
he is not listening to you right now. However, would you like to roll?
Yes, but I'm deciding what I want to roll. I will roll with heart because I seek compassion from him, but also his confession of the sins that are weighing upon his heart.
I think that explanation deserves an advantage.
Cool.
1 rank of advantage.
Wow, it's the average
He is
roll.
not listening to you. He is not
Hey.
listening to you. Probably because you look like an insane homeless man who is talking to him like an insane homeless man.
Okay.
Um,
Is he armed?
he's
He's
got
got
a
a
knife.
club.
He's got a club on his hip. He
Is
has
that
not
the
drawn it yet.
okay? So obviously the correct thing to do here is to take the club.
Just to check. Just to check. I mean, you can try. Seth already did try. But you can attempt to.
and yes, bribe him.
Who's there? Hi, Sloth.
Hello, Sloth.
We have not reached the 4th floor yet. This is still the 1st floor.
The only thing I have to bribe him is sausages.
Okay, hold
Day
on.
old
Word.
sausages.
And
Oh no, sorry,
sausages.
week old sausages. I'm sure sausages keep. They're like smoked, right?
Yeah.
Why does London take so long to load? What the fuck?
It's big. It's very big.
It is
It's the
very
full
Is
map.
this the first time you've switched to London? I
No.
advised that you guys did that ages ago.
No, you didn't say that. You said you.
I swapped back to Miss Marlin's and then back to London.
Oh.
I thought only the
Yeah, it
first
takes
one
so
would
long
be
to load
normal.
because it's such a gargantuan image.
It's 8K by 6K. It's not that large.
It's only like 26 megabytes. I mean, I guess I'm being escorted out unless I want to cause violence, but like I have no reason to be violent yet.
Would you like to cause violence?
Bribe with Forge.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I will transform his wallet into slightly bigger wallet.
Money. Money. Money.
Money.
Jewish tricks.
I will use money to mold this man into.
But you're molding his personality, of all things.
Why not just mold his skull with a rock?
This is the current.
In the library.
On the first floor of a library in a university in uptown London.
Then they
And he's a
specifically
police
chose the
officer.
busiest time.
I am
Like
FYI,
specifically, they chose the busiest time.
How
Hey,
much
I'm
longer
sure-
is this
certain
going to
I am
go? Do you
dis-
think tonight?
It's up to Dan because I have to go to sleep soon. So anything further is going to be Dan.
Okay,
I'm just
surely I'm
arbitrating this
creating
first
enough of
encounter
a
in the
distraction
library.
for y'all to slip
the
past.
reason
Like
that I'm
none
like
of you
they're
have
choosing
created. None of you
They've
have.
been choosing to.
The reason I'm
actually-
asking is I don't really think I should take
don't?
over my character right now or anything like that. So
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna
That's
go
up to you.
and grab Jonathan. I grab Jonathan by the hand and drag him up. We're going into the library. Minty will try and convert this poor officer.
All right, congratulations! You managed to make it past the reception floor without logging yourself as visitors.
Wait, did we not? We talked to the reception. I'm pretty sure me and him got it, but Minty wasn't allowed.
I don't remember if you guys actually ever said that you logged in your reception.
I'm
We
pretty
didn't.
sure we did.
We absolutely did not.
I mean, if you want to say that you checked in with reception, you too can for your membership.
Actually, no, we didn't. We passed. She didn't notice us because she was too busy looking at the homeless priest trying to convert the policeman. We snuck past.
Yes. All right. So you guys. All right. So
Found a Jewish
there are
tricks.
2 currently active players. Both of them are in the library. Dan, I will pass the torch over to you because I have to go to sleep. We really need to start the.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
So we've been 2 hours regardless.
So yeah, y'all are on the 4th floor in a hallway. The hallway connects to several rooms which are labeled as various reading rooms.
Can't
Let
believe
me
people have
pull up the
laptops in 1930s.
I know, it's wild. Going up, you also saw signs that point to there being more reading rooms on floors 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, I'd like to find more. I'd like to find more books. Like find a book on preservation or such.
All right, are you looking for it?
Okay, so I'd like to. Okay. First and foremost, let's say. Let's see. Actually, I'd like to check if there are any books that seem to be written in an incomprehensible language. Actually, let's start with that.
Okay, sure. How are you looking for them?
I'm going to look across. I'm going
There
to
are
go.
5 rooms with books on this floor, and there are at least like 10 other halls to go through on other floors.
I'd like to let my senses guide me. I'd like to invoke the principle of Grail.
Okay, that's all. That's all the explanation.
No, I'll tell the explanation now. Is I am very much in search of any knowledge I can get, any esoteric knowledge that might relate to the wood, and I have this need or hunger towards this knowledge as it's currently like, oh hey, I definitely need this or I'm probably gonna fall in some shit, so I'm very desperate to find any info I can.
I don't think that has advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, I think that just like, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, roll your roll.
Fucking 8.
Yeah. You are. Let's see where the. Yeah, so you are pretty sure that the reading that like the sign at the entrance to this floor is an index of sorts that like labels which room has what. You're really not sure which one of these might have any books relating to the wood, but you're pretty sure, but like reasonably, it might be any of the following: geography, floor 7, paleography on this floor, history and archaeology on the 5th floor, history of science and religion on the 7th floor. What else? The periodicals room, more history on the 4th floor. And the south reading room on the 5th floor.
I'd like to go to the periodicals and history, I'm pretty sure you said.
That is on this floor, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go and look there, to look at any book title that's maybe in an incomprehensible language, or see a book that has like an unknown author, I guess, that's also in a language that's either incomprehensible to me or very hard to comprehend.
Yeah, okay. Jonathan, are you doing anything in the meantime? Just phone? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you come up to the periodicals room. It's right there, basically. It's labeled on the door. You see that it's labeled as history and new acquisitions. And going into it, you find that it's a fairly busy room. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much the stuff that you're seeing here on like in the fucking image for it. It's it's got tables, it's got a bunch of people reading random books. There's like multiple sections to it. You start going through them. There is nothing that particularly stands out as you as like being completely incomprehensible in the sense that it's like in the wrong language or something. Like it's all in
Yeah.
English. There are a lot of terms that you don't recognize. And a lot of random, and like a lot of it has to do with random bullshit. You are not really making any progress through them. There are a lot of books, and this is one of many halls. Like, you you trying to find a book in a library is gonna
Surely it's just
you
doing
do not have-
decimal.
Like, you need to know how these books are organized, at least.
Well, doesn't
Also,
it
the
follow?
decimal system
Wait,
already
hold on.
around.
Doesn't this follow the what's it called?
Dude, decimal system.
Yeah.
In character, do you think you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Like, well, I needed it. Well, I need to obviously use it for the illness of my family. Yes. How do you think? How the fuck? Okay, how the fuck do you think? Oh, hey, which medicine do I get? It's not like I can hire a physician. Physicians are not
99% of people go to doctors, like specifically in this era, still doctors, but chop shop doctors.
Like, you would be going to a pharmacist. Not if you can't afford a doctor, you
Yeah,
would go to a pharmacist and they give you
pharmacist.
whatever random bullshit usually.
You're not that big brained.
What's I mean, listen. It's a thing that's been plaguing the family for.
Well,
No, it's just that it's an issue that's been plaguing the family for generations. Obviously, he's gonna try and find a cure so it doesn't affect him or his children in the future. Uh, all right. Maybe we can, Jonathan. Can you go do me a favor and ask a clerk around here if they know of any more esoteric books in the collection of the library? Because obviously, I'm going to continue searching for books while you look at that, and I know you're not interested. What do you mean? What kind of question is that to a librarian? Yes, this is exactly the question you would ask a librarian. Do you have any books on perhaps some more transmundane matters? Let's call them.
You're gonna get a fucking eye on you.
gonna get an eye on you immediately.
Okay.
There's a reason why Kane isn't there.
You fucking noticed. God damn it. Okay, so how about this then, Jonathan? You go and ask the librarian, because I know you're not gonna fucking actually search for the books we need, because I know you kind of joined half-heartedly here. Shut up. You chose to join me. Honestly, listen, why the dude? You're operating on half the brain and you won't help me. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? This is not helpful in
Go,
any
go
way.
ask the transmundane. Do it.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, Jonathan, you got nothing to do. You're here to sit and count sheep. Apparently, I'm gonna go and ask the librarian. Is there a librarian?
If you what? Sure. Why?
Listen to the books.
You know what? You have advantage, but also, you keep in mind there might be some dread involved. Do you want to spend a passion on that? Maybe. No, you roll the roll, and then we'll see if you. And then we'll see what happens. You have 1 degree of advantage. Yes. Yeah. Try as hard as you might. the books are not talking. It's there are a lot of people. The library is loud. Maybe you just can't hear them, or maybe books don't talk. You may never know.
Really, a truly more intelligent idea than just asking the library.
It was a safer one.
I'd like to approach a. Is there like an assistant librarian or something around here, like a curator?
There is someone putting away books in the room that looks like they probably work here.
Okay, I'd like to. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you possibly work here or for the library? Are you a curator?
Yes. Do you need help with something?
Sure. I'm just looking for some books on specifically human history, perhaps like a little older, like a little like Bronze Age or before even.
Well, yeah, we have some books like that in this hall. That shelf over there has some stuff on the. It has some stuff on the on like local history from that era. For anything foreign, you'll have to go to the fifth floor. The history and archaeology wing there has a lot on the subject. Um, but most of these are going to be scholarly works.
Ah,
They did not have there are no real surviving texts from that time period or anything.
okay, yeah, I've expected similar.
Yeah,
Any
we
scholar,
do
any work?
have in the Romance languages section, we do have some Roman originals. If you're interested in just ancient writings.
I'd be interested. Any specific myths or books you would recommend for
Mm,
those simply interested?
As a general primer, there's as a general primer, starting with the classics would probably be best. But if you're looking for the originals, you would likely
I played 5
need
games on Steam with you.
you would likely need to have taken Latin and yeah, and like they can get a bit thorny if you only have a cursory understanding of the language. Are you a student here?
No, I'm just a visitor.
Ah, okay, yeah. In that case, the originals. In that case, you may need some help with the originals. I don't think that we have anyone who you might be able to ask one of the students, but they are a rowdy
Ah,
bunch. This, as you can see by how quiet they are in a library right now.
uh, you don't need to worry on that front. I have a dear friend who has been teaching me with Latin and older Greek in Greek classics. An older gentleman. I've spent some time with him with my for my job. So in return, he helps me a little bit. So I have, you know, interesting stories to tell at least.
Well, if you're confident, then you'll find most of the foreign originals on the fifth floor. Is there anything else?
Nope, that would be all. Thank you very much for
All
your
right, best
assistance.
of luck.
Thanks. Okay, then I return to Jonathan and say your destination is the fifth floor.
All right. Yep. On the fifth floor, the main hall is actually lined with the same sort of bookshelves as everything else.
Hmm. Okay, I'd like to look at these Roman classics she mentioned in Latin. Ideally, I'm looking for books that are kind of inspired by Greek myth. So I'm looking for books with like Helios in the title or stuff like that,
That's fair.
or mentions of Helios.
That's fair.
Dan is moving his thing. I assume he's alive.
He's probably doing something. Hmm? Fucking, one of my teeth broke today, and I have an exposed nerve.
Fuck.
So I was
That
figuring
is
shit out.
extremely painful. Best of luck, man.
Damn. That
That
shit is
sounds-
actually ironically awful.
Yeah.
Actually, ironically awful is truly a statement. It's ironic.
whichever one's funnier. But yeah, so yeah, you come up, and on this floor, the halls are kind of connected into each other, forming the bulk of the area. You can see that there are also some side areas to look through. But yeah, so where are you going in here? You come up in the middle of the Romance languages section.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm going to look for the Latin/Roman books that you recommend me, and perhaps one based on Greek myths, so like Helios or something, within the title or mentioned.
Okay. Most of the books in this hall are originals in various Romance languages, ranging from French to Latin.
Yeah.
Most of these are modern books. There don't appear to be any books that look old enough to be originals from like antiquity.
Mhm.
But through some cursory, like at a glance, there are a few whose titles are whose titles seem like they would be that they are at least like modern reprints in either in the original Latin or sometimes in English. Like you see some Seneca, you see some other shit. Not a lot of mythology. They didn't tend to write that down.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
Up ahead in one of the halls, you see the history and archaeology wing.
I'd like to then go into that hole.
Yeah, that is another thing that you learned about on the fifth floor.
Yeah.
In there, it's more the same. Lots of books. A quick look around shows that most of these are relatively recent historical analyses, but some of them go back to like the 1700s. A lot of like archaeological, like scholarly texts.
Yeah.
There are some primers and shit though, but they still look very scholarly. They look more like textbooks.
Hmm.
Черный дятел далеко подвинулся, и построить стену.
Are you gonna like do a more thorough search on any of these, or are you gonna look somewhere else?
I'm going to. Okay, so what are the other wings here that from this section? I guess from this
So
floor.
on the 5th floor, you have. So you entered into the Romance languages section. There is
Yeah.
also a Germanic languages section that you passed through in order to get to the History and Archaeology section.
hmm
Uh,
Is there a Middle Eastern or I guess Abrahamic languages section?
there does not appear to be one dedicated to the Aramaic languages.
Hmm.
There is also a linguistics and classics section, which is where you saw the Seneca shit.
Mhm.
It's like right next to the Romance languages stuff. There is also in a little side wing a collection of film and other modern media.
I'd like to go and ideally, what is the okay in the history and archaeology section? Is there something perhaps? What is the book on the like? What is a book or textbook on the oldest topic? Like what came before, essentially, just the oldest book.
The oldest things here.
And
Shit, I gotta
not
look up
like
what
per
the
age of
state
the
of
book.
archaeology was.
Yeah, not like that. I meant like what is the oldest period messaging? Because like obviously they knew about Crete and Greece and stuff like that, but I'm more wondering like ones that came before type of stuff, right?
Yeah. So the earliest stuff that you can find is yeah. So the earliest books that you can find are on the topics of unlike the various precursor types of human.
Mm-hmm.
There is a book that was there's a book that was published. The most recent of these is an analysis of the spread of Neanderthals in Europe. But there are also some about like things like Homo erectus and such. It's all
Right.
it's all very speculative and kind of like, and it doesn't seem like anyone really touches this book.
Hmm.
It's not it's not exactly a common topic at the moment.
Here's the thing I want then. I'd like to. You know what? I'd like to take the book that is specifically about, I guess, the. Hmm, let me think actually now. So, are there perhaps any books about specifically like religion, but older religion?
Do you want to roll for that?
Sure. I'd like to roll Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for lowering Lantern is because okay, so I'd like to essentially because I'm researching specifically about the light or divine light in this case. I'd like to use the principle of lantern to eliminate the path to one where I might gain this knowledge.
Sure, you can have advantage on that.
Awesome. Eight.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what you can find with that. So you can. So yeah, there
Idleness.
is a section where there's like an entire bookshelf that's basically just discourses on different ancient religions. And the various artifacts that have been collected for them.
Is there perhaps anything on Zoroastrianism? That's the real question, because that is literally the light, worship of the flame, the light.
Yeah. There's books on pretty much every topic on every ancient religion here, ranging from like early Sumerian fucking ancestor gods all the way to modern to like the various modern denominations of Protestantism, evangelists, etc. Um, there's things about the evolution of the evolution of religion. There's things about like various findings. There's a whole lot. Um, Nothing sticks out as being terribly interesting about any individual book. However, something that does stick out about the books as a whole is that a large number of them more have a particular marking on them in the shape of an eye near the bottom of the spine.
Hey, Jonathan, you perhaps know anything about this? God damn it. So, okay, all the books about religion that we've seen, well, most of the books about the religion we've seen have a peculiar mark near down the bottom of their spine in the shape of an eye.
A lot in this case is like maybe a tenth of them, probably less.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
still a lot.
there is just enough of them on this bookshelf that you can actually spot them. You have the feeling that you saw them before on other books.
Can I have some commonality between them? Or do they share any topic or any word used in the title? Something like that, anything.
They are all books about various ancient cults and religions. They are all largely around the history of those cults rather than the ways in which they evolved, although some of them are about like the history of modern Christianity and shit. Lots of Middle Eastern stuff, lots of Christianity, some stuff from India, little bit from the Orient, or a little bit from the Far East, not the Orient. Again, none of them have. They're all like they're all like dry historical texts. Nothing terribly interesting in them at a glance. Like, you'll have a book that's just about like, oh yeah, we got like, a book about like the schism in the like, and the fucking like the various Protestant wars. You get one for the fucking Anglican Church. You get one for who else? Like you get one that's about like different interpretations of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Like there's a lot. Pretty much any religious topic that you could think of, there's probably at least one book that has this marking. Most of them don't, though.
So I can't see any commonality between them.
Besides the fact that there are more of them on this shelf than you remember seeing on other shelves. You don't particularly remember which books they were on other shelves when you were peeking past it. It was like a, once in 100 type thing.
I'd like to take one. I'd like to take one. I'd like to take one on a book on Zoroastrianism if it has that symbol.
Zoroastrianism.
Kane sneezes in the distance.
Yeah. So there doesn't appear to be one that's about
You motherfucker!
Zoroastrianism
It's
in
not my fault you didn't
particular.
sleep.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be one that's that has the mark that is on Zoroastrianism in particular.
Hmm. Which okay, so I guess then other religions. What is the other Babylonian one? Is there a Babylonian one with the symbol?
One sec, I need to look up some particular books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is a book that there is a book that discusses let's see. Would this even be a book?
Maybe the Christianity Catholicism one.
No, no. There is one that's like that is from the sort of Golden Crescent region. I'm just trying to figure out what it would be about here. Yeah. So there is a text that has that symbol that's about the deification of Achaemenid emperors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At a glance, it seems to talk about the ways in which Persian kings maintained their power through an emperor cult and such.
Mm-hmm. I'd actually like to, what color is the book? Like the book cover.
The book cover, this book is yeah, this book is not one of the ones that has a cover. It's got a
Oh, it's like a research paper.
it's not like a research paper. Like it's actually fairly well bound in leather. It looks like an older work that's like a compilation of a bunch of papers or something. The symbol is on a piece of paper that's just kind of taped on the bottom.
Yeah. I'd like to take the empty cover and essentially replace the book. Either carve in the mark or whatever. I'd like Jonathan. Jonathan, can you, cover me a bit?
Yeah, so you're just like covering the book with the book cover.
I'm covering. No. The empty book cover is specifically to replace the book so that they don't notice that it's missing.
You're just putting the book cover.
Actually, no, let's think of the idea. Yeah, no book pages inside. Well, we could put this book. No, listen, they're going to. I guess we can't. I can. Actually, that might be a decent idea. I'd like to carve into the book cover, like the book cover, like some initials. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be my own, like MC.
Wow, we're already defacing books.
MC's diary. No, it's an empty book cover that I'm carving.
Well, I mean, it's not a book. It's literally just a piece of paper
Yeah.
that you like wrap around the actual binding of the book.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do, and I'd like to essentially kind of write or pick anything that can put in like M.C's diary or some shit. It doesn't matter as long as they're not my actual initials.
So you're just like putting a random book in there and passing it off as someone's diary.
Passing it off as my diary, yes.
Yeah, and are you gonna be like, is that what you're putting into the shelf?
No,
Or is
I'm
that- or are
putting
you
that
just
into
carrying
my.
it
I'm putting that into my
in
bag.
your bag? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'd like to
that's
put
fine.
it
You have a
down
book,
my.
you have a
I'd
book.
like to put it down my pants actually, because it's less likely to be noticed in my pants than in my, bag. If they do stop us from a random check or some shit.
I'm gonna have to have you roll to try and hide it so that it's not just like fucking a giant book-shaped bulge in the side of your leg.
Me trying to get out of the library, the book-shaped mold in my stomach.
Suspiciously book-shaped bulge in your neck. Okay, what are you
Actually, can I deface my own bag?
I mean, sure, like it's your
I'd like
bag.
to. So the thing I'd like to do is like cut open a bit inside the bag. Essentially, I assume it's like not a single full bag. There's like I'd like to cut open like the leather on the side, and then put the book in between the outer leather, and like inner layer.
I mean, sure.
And that's what I'd like to do. And then I'd like to at least temporarily close it, either using some duct tape or even sewing it in if possible.
I mean, you don't really have time to sew leather. Like
You're
you
right.
have to stitch the you have to all
You need
stitch the
all,
leather.
yeah.
So like that's gonna be a long ass repair later.
Yeah, that can be a repair that's done later. Currently, I just want to hang it like. I guess I could cut it at the top like a bit, and then put it in like a fold where you can't really see it. Yeah, it's like a postman's bag. I explained it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, sure. You have a bag that's got a book in the lining. The bag looks like it has a book in it. Like this doesn't change the shape of the inside of the bag or anything.
Can I load up the inside of the bag so it's different?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, this only makes it look more suspicious. Just having a diary in your bag is not very suspicious. It's
Wait,
not as suspicious as having a hidden compartment for it.
No, hold on. How is it going to outlook when the bag like gets wider at the bottom? The book is going to be at the bottom where it's widest, obviously.
Well, yes, but you have other things in the bag, yes? Like
Okay.
it's like the way that your bag gets more full does not change depending on whether or not you put something on the inside of the lining or the outside of the lining, you're still putting a book in your bag.
You're allowed to also just take books out of the
You
library.
can all like. They did not get an ID, so they wouldn't be able to check it out.
Yeah, but you can also just leave. You can read into the library and leave.
I'll just put it normally in my book and then like put it normally in my bag and leave it there. You happy? I assume it's still damaged.
I mean, like, I don't care at this point. Like, you can just take it back. It's just like. It's
I'm
like,
worried, okay?
It's like, you know how the fucking, like, cats and 3-year-olds, when they walk into the same room through different doors, don't realize that it's the same room sometimes because they came in through a different door. That's what was happening there.
You can't call me a fucking no object permanence fucking having asshole. Okay, I put the book in my bag and we leave. Are we happy?
Okay.
Wait, actually, I get to the
Okay.
second.
Congratulations, you get searched.
I'd like to get to the second floor actually before we get, and I'd like to stop there. Is there any windows on the second floor that's not like the first floor? Because I don't want to get past that, and she remembers that we never got the fucking thing.
But you aren't checking out a book.
No, we aren't supposed to even be allowed inside. Nova is the issue. We passed without actually registering. No, it is of highest importance that we don't get registered that we have been here.
John leaves the normal way.
Okay, I'd like to see if he can leave the normal way.
So before the two of you manage to make it down that far, as a freebie, you are stuck with a suspicion that there was way too many books with that marking for them to be the books that were hidden, or were being searched, Like, also, yes, you wanted to check for books. Okay. Okay. You get advantage. Make your roll.
Okay, goes
Fuck it
my
up.
actual. Let's see. Listen. I'm the only person here trying to roleplay. Okay, fuck
As-
you.
It's not that you're like trying to roleplay or anything. Or I should say, it's not that your roleplay is wrong. It's that your character is wrong.
Yeah. Listen, my character's
Okay,
panicky.
so
Okay, I need to.
11. Let's see. So yeah, you just kind of start wandering around the department, and like it's still mostly on the 5th floor, and hmm, yeah, no, I'm thinking. Yeah. So so going around in the hall, you notice that there is a desk just off to the side in one of the halls, like in the
Yeah.
which one was it? In the fucking where did I put the map? I was using the official map of the fucking library. But
Jesus
apparently I
Christ.
just closed it at some point. Senate House. library guide. There we go. Yeah. So in the fucking linguistics and classics room,
Yeah.
you see that there's a table. There doesn't appear to be anyone on the table, but there are a lot of books on the table, and every single one of them that's like closed in a stack on it has that eye marking on it.
No, obviously. Now we have some else. God damn it.
Yeah. Yes. So, looking at the books that are there, they are on a variety of topics. Like, you see that a lot of them are from this floor. You know, there's some of them that are from the religion shelf. There's a couple that are talking about like various historical events. There's one that's like, just like some sort of overview of the history of like Alexander's conquests.
Mhm.
Some of these are also from different floors. Like, you're pretty sure one of these is like a collection of tea recipes for like herbal teas.
Mhm. You know what? I'd like to roll, if possible. I'd like to roll the Principle of the Moon to see if there are any secrets about. I'd like to listen to them, even though it might not be wise. I couldn't hear your question. Yes, there is. Fucking asshole. Dear, sure, drop it in.
Yeah, BRB. Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
The activity will only get more heinous as soon as we drop from the second story window. Turns out Ferocilia likes a specific herbal tea and will not tell us about the woods unless we give it to her. What's the tea? Jasmine. Why is it jasmine? God fucking knows.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander's conquests. Yes.
No, Alexander, the guy down the street.
The priest obviously with us.
Yeah, it's me. What'd I do? What'd I do this time?
Did he not listen? I wonder. Highly likely he didn't listen. The principle of cheese.
We are all cheesed on this occasion.
To my garden.
Well, it's ideal.
I knew you were gonna like not
Uh-huh.
listen and still attack. So I was like, let me just.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, you pocketed the book with the Tisans. There's a bunch of one. Yeah, like it looks like it's just like a stack of books taken mostly from this floor that have that symbol on them. They are all historical events mostly, like a good like 2/3 of them. Some of them look like they are modern transcriptions of old manuscripts. Some of them look like they're historical. They're just like treatises on history. Some of them are obviously from different floors, like the Tisan thing you found.
Why do we need funky tea?
Why don't we drink it and see what happens?
Dan, listen. I'd like to roll the principle of moon to see to listen to any secrets.
Yeah. Okay. Is that all the explanation I'm getting?
No, the explanation you're getting is that I think this library holds something more, and I think it is obscured from you, similar to like things during the night. So essentially I'd like these secrets. I'd like to listen to these secrets and see what they tell me. Or
Yeah. Yeah, neither advantage nor disadvantage this time.
Yeah.
You just get you just get the 2d6.
six.
Uh
I always get
so
terrible.
yeah, you're just kind of looking at the books and seeing what's going on. The general gist that you're getting from these books is that um none of them look like it doesn't look like there's anything terribly out of the ordinary on uh about these books in particular, but you get the definite feeling that that there have been books that people don't want to be read on this table recently.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'd like to roll moth. Why? Because book moths exist. They will feed on book bindings. They know which ones are the spiciest.
You know what? Sure, advantage. We take those.
That's a 10.
Yeah. So you are now 100% convinced that these books, and probably most of the books that on the religion bookshelf, were not it.
Or not it. Okay.
Yeah. These books are definitely
These nuts.
no, just the books.
I'd like to
But
remove the book from the binding and return it back to its place the one I took.
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna say you'd like to remove me from the call, but okay.
I'd like to go and use the same principle I just used and just apply it to bookshelves as I pass by on the fifth floor. Even if I feel nothing on the fifth floor, onto the sixth floor. Yeah, there was 7 floors. Yeah. He's not here. He got lost again on the path to his computer. We'll wrap it up as soon as we find the book and leave, which is going to be fast, I'm pretty sure. What? You're gonna have to post this. Sloth isn't here anymore.
I'm literally right here.
Oh, wait, is he? It's spooked me.
I love Donald Trump.
Where did he post this? I don't see this. Oh, Advanced Gaming? Oh, okay.
Literally just said that.
President State. Holy shit, it's real. Wait, why is it Why is it Dungeon Defenders and not Dungeon Defenders 2?
Because no one plays Dungeon Defenders 2 anymore.
Yeah, it's a bad game. Nobody likes it.
Oh my god, why does Kamala Harris in the second one look like one of those old-timey racist fucking cartoons? Dude, she looks so bad. Abraham Lincoln. I think Abraham Lincoln should have been the monk simply because Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler.
Elon Monk.
Elon Monk.
Oh, that's real.
But yeah, so so you're just gonna go and apply that same check to the rest of them?
Yes,
You're gonna have so you're going to the second floor, right?
I'm.
Sixth, yeah, sixth. Sixth floor. The halls on this floor are United States Studies, Latin American Studies, Commonwealth Studies, more Commonwealth Studies, Philosophy, and Psychology.
Well, let's start from the philosophy and psychology section.
Okay. There are distinctly way fewer marked books on this floor. You're gonna have to roll to determine if they're spicy or not.
All right, rolling the same. All right, let's see. That's a 16.
Yeah, no, none of these are actually spicy.
Can I apply this to the entire floor? Please tell me yes. Yes.
Yeah, but keep in mind that this is not like, you're looking at them, but finding the books to look at is still going to be fairly slow.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
there is a lot of them.
Yeah, I know. This is just general area we're
yeah.
searching for.
So no, nothing on this floor is particularly, it doesn't, like, nothing on this floor looks like it's been particularly spicy, or if anyone has, like, treated it differently or anything.
Onwards to the 7th floor.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. The 7th floor is very small. It's just one large room, basically. And it is geography and the history of science, education, health, sociology, religion, politics, law, and economics. Basically, history of science. Yeah. You're gonna have to roll again if you want to if you want to know anything about the books.
Could I perhaps wait? Hold on. This might be very funny if it works. Could I roll the moth's weight? Wood.
The what?
Could I use the secret? The moth's way. Yeah.
Why?
So specifically the reason, and this is very funny. He's okay. I'm using literal moths, aka the moth's way to the tastiest book. Secondly, the subtext wood. What are books made of? What are the very pages made of? Paper. What is paper made of? Wood.
You are literally unable to use the secret in this manner. You are not the secret. The secret comes with a particular ritual. Without invoking that ritual, as described in the secret, you
Damn,
cannot invoke the secret.
that is unfortunate.
Like, it is an automatic failure.
Damn. Okay, an 11.
Yeah. So nothing terribly, nothing on this floor stands out as being particularly spicy. Except there is, there is a closet that reeks of knowledge that you probably don't want to know.
Is there anyone looking at that closet or in the
The
direction?
floor is largely empty. Who the fuck looks at geography and history of science? Like,
You're
really?
right. I'd like to go to that closet. Yeah. Just open the closet, I guess.
So it's locked.
Mhm. I'd like to lockpick tools I'm using here.
Oh.
Of course, I'm a thief. I always carry them. I tell this every session. Yeah, session. Yes. It's one of the things in my bag. It's small. It's like a lockpick and like a how do you call it? A gem.
Yeah, no, you can try picking the lock. What are you rolling?
I'd like to use the principle of what was it? Knock. It's lockpicking, dude. It's
Like,
just
yeah,
obvious.
sure, you just do the thing.
Yeah. No advantage or
I'm gonna say that it's no advantage because, like, it's just kind of, yeah, that's what you use it for.
yeah.
So not really a lot of discussion to be had there. You managed. It's not a very secure lock. You managed to get it open.
Shimmy it open. All right.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, no, it is just like a storage area that is now
In a closet.
full. Yeah, no, in the closet. It's like it looked like a closet from outside. Turns out it was a very large closet. The closet is full of books. And by full, I mean, like, it's not like, just floor to ceiling stacks of books, but like, 30, 40-ish books. Would you like to, would you like to spend a passion or take a dread?
I'd like to spend a passion.
You would roll for it, yeah. Okay, sure. Which one are you rolling? It is, no, it's just Grail and Rose. Yeah, no, it's just 2d6 in that case. Yeah, 2d6. Yeah, you don't pass. You get a dread. These books are super fucking spooky. You don't like them. Oh, okay, cool, good. I was gonna say we were almost approaching that death saving throw territory there. Like, that would be bad. Yeah. All of them have the eye symbol. Every single one.
I'd like to. Which book feels the tastiest?
Okay, so first of all, are you still rolling moth for that?
Actually, you know what? I want to see which the moths think is spiciest. Yes.
So, okay, second of all, would you like to spend a reason or incur fascination?
I'd like to spend a reason.
Yeah, okay. Did you already spend it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you're at 2. Yeah, so you take your reason. You look at these books, and there are quite a few of them. There are some of them that are like they're just because there's no proper shelving that you would want to put books on in a literal closet.
Yeah.
They're kind of just in stacks on the floor instead.
Yeah.
Like they put like some fucking cloth covers under them so that they don't damage the books too
Yeah.
much. But they are just kind of on the floor. The ones on the bottom of each of the stacks seem like they are going to be the most problematic. Okay, sure.
I'd like to grab. Okay, so first, I'd like to empty the. I'd like to remove the herbal tea fucking thing for the bag. Okay, listen. I'd like to give it to Jonathan. I'd like to put it in my coat, like my inner coat pocket.
Okay, sure.
In the bag, I'd like to put in one book from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take one book from the middle and one book from the top. I assume 3 books wouldn't make my bag bloated.
Yeah,
They'd make
you
it
were
full,
able
but not
to carry
bloated.
three books without too much trouble last time, so I will allow 3 books in your bag.
Okay. Or maybe I should take 2 from the bottom and 1 from the top. Should I roll this? What do the books say? I like to look at the book. The
yeah,
one from the bottom and then from the middle.
Yeah,
and then
there's a few different stacks, so there's a few different books on the bottom of these. Let's see which ones stick out to you. Actually, better idea. What are you rolling to see which ones stick out to you?
So I didn't want. Did we not just use moth?
Well, you use not to
You told
figure
me.
out which ones are the spiciest, but if you're just looking at titles, like just roll something to figure out what draws your attention first.
I guess so. Fight or flight? Fucking what? Scale is literally fight or flight. You know what? Fuck it. I'd like to. I'd like to do it with heart, and the reason why, because books are eternal knowledge. They persevere.
Yeah, you can have advantage for that.
Hey, listen. They literally persevere. 17.
17. Okay, yeah, you get to have some fucking books. Well, let's see. So, given that role, that principle, and the things that you have been saying over this and the previous couple sessions, let's see. So, in the bottom set of books, the thing that draws your attention the most are a couple of the books that are let's see. So we'll get you one of these, we'll get you one of these, and we will get you one of these, I guess. Yeah. So on the bottom, you see the book that draws your attention the most are a few books that all share the same title. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they are. What language is this in? Is this even in English? Can this be here? Yeah. So. Yeah, all three of them are in English, and the books are titled "The Three and the Three." One of them appears to be newer than the others.
Right.
The other 2 look like they are like fairly significantly old.
So we have essentially 3 books with the same title but different contents, I assume.
Maybe you haven't like tried to read them yet.
I'd like to not comprehend
One of them is
but
just
to
one.
see
They
if the
might just be
letters are
different. Like.
I'd like to see if the letters are different enough. Not let them try and comprehend the book more so, but see if the text is different.
Like you just pull them out and try to compare them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look to be they look to be on roughly the same topics. It's just that they look to be like just different editions of the same book.
I'd like to take
Like one
the
of these is a very recent edition, one of these is a very old edition.
the name 3 for 3 and there being 3 of them gives me some suspicion, but I'm not certain. I'd like to take the oldest one of these.
Okay. You take the oldest one of these. You have the 3. You have one of the copies of the 3 and the 3. In terms of the middle sections of books,
Yeah.
you have you see, let's see. Are you looking at these? Yeah. That's yeah, okay. So yeah, so you see a book called The Orchid Transfigurations in the middle of one of the piles.
The Orphic
Orchid,
Kid. Oh, okay.
like the flower.
Yeah.
It is by one Robert Flood. However, it is a translation of some original Latin book. And let's see. Yeah. Do you like leaf through it?
I'm see shortly what's through it. Like just gaze
Yeah.
through it. See what's
Yeah.
about.
In terms of other books in like the middle tier that draw your attention, it would be would it be these? Yeah, there is a the another book that you find in there that you that draws your attention is the Perugian Diaries. That's the other book.
All
I
right.
love pierogi.
Pierogies are the greatest ogies.
Quite up. Okay. Is these two the only one I see?
Yeah, in the middle tier, that's the
Yeah.
only ones that really catch your eye.
What is the
and
Perugian Principles about?
yeah, so the Perugian Diaries.
Yeah, Perugian Diaries. I mean,
Yeah, the Perugian Diaries is a autobiography of one Christopher Illopoli, who was raised by one what was the full name? But yeah, fucking it's the diary of one Christopher Illopoli who was raised in the Strathclyde household and of his journey to Italy to get an education.
Mhm.
And like what and where he learned there. The other book, The Orchid Transfigurations, A Feast, is a compilation of allegories with illustrations.
I'd like to take the Orchid Feast.
Yeah. So that's The Orchid Transfigurations, A Feast.
That sounds immensely cursed.
Yeah. The illustrations for those allegories are significantly unnerving, but not enough to cause immediate distress. And then in the top layer of books, you find and isn't it? Yeah. So it is. Can't be that. Can it be this? Definitely not that. Yeah, okay, so that's that. Need to find. Oh. So that would be one of these books, probably. Yeah. So one of the books that you find there is one of the books on the top is another copy of The Locksmith's Dream, like the one that you already read.
Mm-hmm.
There is also the only other book that you find particular that stands out on there is and it's a book that's called An Exorcist's Field Manual.
What did you say was the other one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only other book on the top that particularly drew your attention was The Locksmith's Dream, A Light Through the A Light Through the Keyhole. That's the book that you already read. You just recognized it.
I'd like to grab another of the 3 for 3 since we already have Locksmith's Dream.
Okay.
I'd like to grab
which one? The new one or the middle one?
The new one.
The new one. Yeah, so That would be this one. Okay, yeah. So you have 2 copies of the 3 and the 3. And you have the Orca Transfigurations.
Yes.
Cool.
I am. Ooh, could I fit another book there or no? Or is 3 like? the amount
The diary's pretty small. You might be able to fit that.
The what diary?
Um,
Oh, the diary? Yeah, if I
the
could fit
Peruvian
that, yeah.
Diaries is not a very large book. You could probably fit that.
I'd like to fit that in as well if possible. And then I'm done. I'd like to knock and see if Jonathan's in the clear.
Yeah.
Or like talk quietly through the thing. Jonathan is clear.
So while you were looking through the books, Jonathan was standing guard, and he was approached at the he was or not approached per se, but a person did walk onto the 7th floor. As far as you can tell, they look like just some middle-aged ass nerd. You're not like, they're not particularly imposing looking. They got them glasses. Pretty expensive looking glasses. They are definitely on the richer side. And they're looking a bit confused, all things considered.
Can you distract them?
Yeah.
Alright, I hear that. I assume he can't hear me if I talk quietly through the like.
You can talk quietly. You can try to talk
Jonathan.
quietly enough.
Can you go distract him and I'll exit if it's only one person? If it's, and that's why I said, can you go and distract if it's a person you're trying to warn me about?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about me, son. I'm just well, I've just had a long day. I have to go through a lot of these books. Just you think that you finally make tenure, you start teaching, and you can tell everyone to shove off, but no, they grind you to the bone anyways, just like they always have.
You have experienced something with that, like your son, bond with him, Ghost.
Yeah, no, like you think that when you're tenured, you're gonna be fine. You can tell people to shove off, but no, they just grind you to the bone like they always do. But
I love the
think-
bone grinder.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a. Have you seen like a book around here on any of these tables? I feel like I might have forgotten it up here.
May I try
Oh,
and exit the thing if they're. Wait, are they looking at my direction?
yeah. If your eyes are probably better than mine, so that'd be a great help. There's a book that I'm looking for that I can't find on the table where I had all of them. It's a silly little book about like like a cookbook, like different teas and stuff.
Oh my fucking god. Dan, I'd like to know the principle of winter to exit the thing silently.
Okay. Um, you can roll for that. You can have advantage.
All right. That's a 13.
Yeah. The door does. Yeah, no. You don't. The door opens quietly, and you are relatively sneaky.
Okay. I'd like to, as I'm going down, hopefully not seen, just quietly place the tea book on the table from my great coat.
Okay.
Actually, no. Hold on. I still book my great coat like in the inside pocket. I assume not easily seen.
Yeah. No.
I go up to Jonathan and say, "Hello, dear friend." Come from downstairs, right? Very quiet feet. Now, dear friend, I'm sorry, sir. May I borrow my friend for just a moment?
Oh, it's no worries. I think I don't think that it's I think I'll find the book eventually. I probably just already stored it away in the closet.
So I asked. I'd like to ask something, Jonathan. Do you want to give him the book, or do you want to keep it? All right. Can you hold him for a second while I, relock the lock on the door? All right. I think it's there. Yeah, we fucking bolt.
Yeah. Uh he's
Expeditiously.
grumbles a little bit about like you offering help and then not actually giving any. Like, young ones these days in such a rush, etc. He's not even that old.
He's like 40 something, 45.
He's like barely 40. He's an old soul. And then he kind of just looks at the door and he's just like, "Oh wow, no, I really," and you can hear himself berating himself about like, damn,
Leaving it unlocked.
fucking, I forgot to lock the door again.
Oh. We are going down. What? The what? The what? I mean, depends. I give you the herbal tea. You can hold that book. You have space to hide it. I have 4 books.
Okay. Yeah. So, you did fit 4 books in your bag, but it is obviously bulging at this point.
Okay.
Like, you have a lot of books in there. Like, they're not small. Besides the
go-
diaries.
Yeah, we're going in. I guess we're going down. Wait, please tell me Minty's still arguing with the policeman in front, trying to cover him.
This has taken like in universe. This has taken multiple hours.
No, I'm probably in the nearest like
Police station being interrogated for excess Catholicism.
We'll get to that in a second. Um, So, how are you planning to leave? Is the question. There isn't any obvious distraction, but nobody's on high alert or anything.
Is the lady? Wait. Since it's been a couple of hours, is it the same lady when we were coming down?
Yes, it is still her shift. I mean, it's her in the lobby. There's like students milling around. There are still a bunch of other desks with like a bunch of other people doing other administrative things for the university. This is also kind of like, the main building of the university, among other things.
Okay, Jonathan, you're a soldier. You should know. Any idea how we can get past this without her calling us out? I mean, we could. Do you want to go first and then me after you?
Okay. All right. You're gonna have to roll something to be that confident.
Fight or flight.
Well, confident enough to convince her. Uh, sure. Just normal ass roll.
I don't think he was fishing for advantage with that
Yeah,
one.
I know. Well, just it just like it works, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, no, she has no problem with you leaving. She's just like, okay, kind of gives you a little side eye that, like, thing to not have a membership, but not terribly, doesn't really pay you too much attention.
I'd like to hold my bag on the other side of my body, transfer it on the opposite side of where
Yeah.
she is, and just confidently walk by. I apply the same principle of heart. It's just walking with confidence.
Sure, you just get a normal heart roll.
All right.
Or, yeah,
4. 2 die. I am
that's
the
a
heart man.
more than an. Yeah.
I am more confident. I am the alpha male.
She definitely notices you carrying a large bag, but doesn't really pay it any mind. Doesn't really pay it any mind. It's not like she can remember for sure that it wasn't that bulging before. You left with books.
Okay, I'd like to go to Miss Moreland. Oh no, actually,
So
you're
now
right.
on to the Alexander Welcher side of the story. So last we saw you, you were being dragged out by the cops.
But is that really fair?
Like, in what regard?
I don't know. What regard should it be fair in?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Like,
You were the person who
like,
can choose to escalate.
why do you have the expectation that the cops are going to be fair to a homeless person?
He gets beat up and tossed on the side of the road.
Like, he wasn't like going to beat you up or anything. He was just kind of drag you out and
Okay.
make sure you don't walk back in.
I mean, honestly, where's the nearest pub?
Good question. There is probably one.
Is there one in the field of view?
Yes, there is one. There is one like on the same street directly adjacent. This is a university. It would literally be burnt down to the ground if there wasn't.
Okay, that is where I am.
Okay.
No. Probably on the floor already.
Like, just sitting on the floor gnawing on 2-week-old sausage or like what?
No, probably passed out on the floor.
Okay. Cool. You are passed out on the floor, not inside the pub though. They are used to this sort of behavior and they know exactly how to deal with it. Luckily,
Perfect.
you decided. Luckily, it is It is the latter half of May, during the middle of the day in London, so you're not exactly freezing out or anything.
Yep.
Yeah. So you walk out and you see immediately to like your left, let's say, that there is a pub, and in front of the pub there is a familiar homeless man, just kind of taking a little bit of a nap.
Jonathan, do you want to pick him up, or should we just, Fair enough. I kick to the fucking. Hold on, I have a very funny idea. I'd like to take up a light if we have any nearby, or just a candle or
It's the
anything.
middle
Really.
of it's the middle of the day.
Okay, I'd like to
Yeah.
have my head directly between his face and the sun, so it looks like a halo around my head, and say, "Saint Alexander, wake up! Your duties call."
The
Huh? Have a fucking sleep. The man with the golden halo.
Why do you think I am asleep? Like, what is the cause of the sleep?
The cause of the sleep is you being laying on the fucking floor next to a tavern in the
That's a
middle of the
symptom.
day.
That's not a cause.
That is in fact the opposite of a cause. That is the result.
You're pretending like this is some huge logical leap that the man fucking lying on the ground next to the tavern in the
Well,
middle
no,
of the
it's
day
not.
could
He's
possibly
not
be.
asking. He's not asking why you think he's asleep. He's asking what reason do you think he's asleep for? Like,
I don't fucking know. Killing time, having a prophecy, God fucking knows, or being
How about
drunk.
alcohol?
Alcohol. It's a
he
very
doesn't
good.
work for multiple hours. and as we and as we have learned, restraint was never an option.
Unable to listen.
The Lord's will had to be done.
I see you followed the tenets very well. I see you're for your tuck now. It turns out the pissing on the Apocrypha was just a badly translated story. Apparently, they were pissing on the Apocrypha. They were pissing about with the Apocrypha. Okay, I'll grab his feet and grab his arms, because if I grab his arm, we're not dragging him, we're carrying him. Be
Homeless
correct.
feet.
Homeless mead.
Alright, I grab him by the legs and drag him. If his head happens to hit a rock on the way, it's not my fault. We have to carry him back somehow. We can't leave him here. He's a danger.
Brothers,
Are you awake?
the king must know the truth.
Okay, we keep dragging him. Maybe hitting the head on a couple of rocks will throw him back into shape.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure there's a queen right now. I'm not sure 100%.
It's already in England.
Is it still
Come on,
Edwardian?
England. Come on, England. Scores.
Okay, so I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh.
What did you accomplish?
Currently, I'm
We
dragging.
need to know if there's a king or a queen right now.
There is currently a king.
Okay.
I believe the king was one of the Georges. I don't remember which number.
Well, he must know. He
Yeah.
must know. He must know about the singing.
Yeah, not the 6th, the 5th.
The 5th, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
the 6th
Actually, wait, no, if
36.
it was the 6th, then he was preceded by Edward the 8th. Yeah, so no, it is currently the reign of King Edward the 8th. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, no, I'm an idiot, because that is he ruled from January 36 to December 36. So no, it's George the 5th. Yes, it is in fact one of the Georges. I remember that King Edward was fake as fuck.
No, it's Edward the 7th. The 8th, I mean. Is
No,
currently reigning.
No, because King Edward the 8th, fucking King Edward the 8th was crowned 2 years after the current time in setting. And he ruled for less than a year. Or will rule for less than a year.
Okay, so it's George the 5th. Okay, doesn't
Yes,
matter.
it is his father, George V.
Currently, I'm dragging Alexander Welshurson by his feet. If his head happens to hit on a rock, I hope he will wake up and become sentient again. I'm dragging him back.
Like all the way back.
I'm dragging. Okay. We're going to the speakeasy. All of us are going to the speakeasy. I try and wake him up by slapping him gently.
That's like 8 kilometers away. You're going to be dragging him for 2+ hours.
Occasionally, I slap him and see if he wakes up.
I'm sure that at some point I would wake up.
You will
I might
probably
not-
wake up reasonably quickly, probably even before the third concussion.
Yeah.
Alright, I fucking. Alright, I drop him.
Yeah,
And I,
just-
leave it, and I grab a little tea bag I have and just sprinkle it like fucking breadcrumbs to fall off.
Across half of London,
The tea bag could last. It was obviously a joke. Come on, we're going to speak easy. Alexander Welford, when he wakes up, he can know. I leave a note and say, "We just hit the speakeasy." I did not waste tea. I used a note this time. I leave a note on him, like, just meet us at his speakeasy.
Alright, you have successfully acquired like 5 whole ass books.
Cool. Now we can sell them for so much money.
So if you can find
Sell
someone to
them.
buy them,
I'd
because
like,
like Miss Marlin doesn't.
I'd like to.
You do know a specifically offense who is in an occult society.
I'd like to speak to the bartender.
The artist.
Bard song.
Chart song.
Can we talk to the bartender now?
What about?
Oh yeah, I guess it is too late.
Yeah.
See ya.